A couple months ago, I finally hit Twitch Partner! Which, if you're unfamiliar, basically changes nothing except for the fact that you get a few more emote slots and you get a cute little purple check mark next to your name on Twitch. But for many of us, it's the physical manifestation of all of the years of hard work as a streamer. And I thought I would talk about how I finally got there because I had been streaming for 3 years and I was starting to believe that it would never ever happen to me. I had wanted to be a Twitch partner ever since I started streaming, and some of you guys might be saying, wait, hold on, that's toxic. You shouldn't go into streaming wanting to be a Twitch partner. Well, I did, and I'm not going to lie to you on the internet. Having that expectation for myself going in was not great for my mental health. So don't be like me. There were many times early on into my streaming career where I would look at my analytics and feel very upset that I wasn't anywhere close to the numbers for partner. My advice, and definitely not new advice, would be to try not to even think about partner until you're naturally getting closer to that average of 75 viewers or more. My journey as a streamer has definitely been a very slow crawl, and I still feel like I have a long ways to go. But ever since debuting this model that I've currently been using, I feel like it definitely helped me boost my numbers. It might be the more cohesive theming, maybe people like vampires, but I think a big part of it is that many people commented that my confidence seemed to blossom after debuting this model. And it's true, I do feel more confident under this branding. So back in January when I debuted this model, I was averaging about 60 viewers and I started getting very excited because prior to that, I was lucky to have an average of 40 viewers per month. So once I started getting closer, once I was in the 60s, I got a little bit excited and I made a little goal for myself to get Twitch partner by my birthday in May. Which in the back of my mind, I thought, I don't know if that's realistic, but I'm gonna try my best. And I was actually able to do that. I think I mainly just got really lucky, but there were some things that I did to try to help myself actually reach that goal. I tried to put myself out there more in the VTuber space. I try to be very careful about the way I network because sometimes I feel like networking practices in this space can be a little bit weird. So the way that I went about it is that I tried to naturally cultivate friendships with other VTubers. I would hang out in their streams and actively participate, not because I expected anything to come of it, but just because I liked their content. And then some of their communities would join mine, some of my community members would join theirs. And it became a beautiful thing. This definitely helped me expand my community. Another thing that I did is I really tried to niche down. I originally started marketing myself as a horror streamer. I was playing a lot of Resident Evil and Silent Hill and Dead by Daylight, but I realized that a lot of people come to my streams because they like my reactions. Anytime I was doing a first playthrough of a popular game, I definitely saw a boost in my analytics. And that helped expose new people into my community. Sometimes people wouldn't stick around if I no longer played whatever game that they came in for, but a lot of the times they would. I kind of like to view it as hooking them in with the high energy reactions and then they stay once they get to know me better. And I really saw my biggest growth in my community when I started playing Metal Gear Solid. And thankfully that franchise has a ton of games that are really long and a huge fan base. So I was able to play most of them on stream and grow my community that way. And that definitely helped boost my numbers towards partner. Finally, and I think the most important thing that I did is that I wasn't shy about my goals on social media. Of course, this is really only going to work if you already have an established platform, but once I unlocked the application for partner, I let everyone and their mom know that it was my goal to actually get there. I know some people prefer to get partner without any announcements, but I don't think that there's any shame in asking for help because if you're anything like me and you've made meaningful friendships along the way, those people are going to be more than happy to support you on your journey to becoming partnered. I made an announcement for pushing for partner on Twitter. I put it in my display name. I gave frequent updates on how close we were to being able to apply. I was not shameful. It was such an important thing to me that I was like, if people want to judge me for talking about this publicly, then so be it. I don't care. I just want my purple check mark. And it helped so much. Not only did my friends send their communities to come support me, but I also got to meet a ton of other people who were also pushing for partner around the same time I was. And then I would send my community over to theirs and they would send their community over to mine. It was a beautiful thing. And a lot of us actually ended up getting partner around the same time. That's my advice and how I ended up getting Twitch partner. I know that nothing is really revolutionary. You've probably heard it all before. But if anything, it's reinforcement that the shit that you've already heard about really does work.